And then I'm just like, okay, buddy. So I blocked him because I'm just kind of like, we got to do better than this. I'm discombobulated. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I have yet another ship with me. I will be shipping out sales from this past weekend, and the weekend to me includes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And since it was a holiday, MLK Day, I will be shipping out Monday sales as well. And to be honest with y'all, I was actually in the process of doing the ship with me yesterday. I literally prepped everything, and then I got to the point where I'm like, wait, where is my shipping supply? But since I was like a day later than when I was actually supposed to film the video, my numbers have been updated. Current Gloria only knows that I made over $1,000, but editing Gloria will pop up all of the like new fresh numbers on the screen. A few of these sales, when I go over them, I do not have the cost of goods or the net price, just because they just sold yesterday and I wasn't able to fit it into my timing schedule. So yeah, let's just jump in. Nothing is organized. I'm just winging it today just because I was either going to film this video like it is or just wrap this up and take it to the post office. It's no real particular order just because nothing is in order. So we'll see how chaotic this video is going to be. So I guess I'll start with these St. John pants from Poshmark. All right, so the St. John pants, they sold for $28. These sold yesterday. I don't have the item, but I will have it on the screen. Yeah, I had these for a little while. I did get them from the bins, so it wasn't that bad of a cost of goods. So I'm sure my net profit was around like $21, which is not bad. The next thing is actually this Athleta sweater. Now, I actually got this on Poshmark for myself. I had a credit and I bought a few Athleta pieces, and for some reason I just didn't like how this one looked on my body type, so I went on and listed it and it sold. I'm missing something. Will this fit in a other one? Oh, here it is. I told y'all it's going to be a little chaotic, so just bear with me. Y'all know typically I have things in order. I can't do it. Like I said, it was either I film this video and I'll show y'all what's selling, or I just wrap it up. So here we go. But anyways, this Athleta sweater sold for $25. I think they sent me an offer and I accepted it. That's essentially what I wanted for it. So I don't have a cost of goods just because it was for my personal closet. So yeah. This one is a Lululemon like tank top. I think this is the line, I want to say. I got this from the bins and I was really happy that I have found it, and I think I just priced it too high. So they sent me a lower offer and I actually accepted it. I thought it was a reasonable offer, and before I accepted the offer, I actually went to go and look on eBay to go and see and make sure. Damn, I should have put this in. I forgot that I'm doing Poshmark. Like I said, I'm discombobulated. Anyways, I went to go check eBay just to make sure I wasn't like gonna cheap sell it, and I noticed that it was really selling around like the $15 to $25 range. So I'm like, 22 is not bad. But this one sold for $22. I did pay $1.19 for it, and I made a profit of $16.41 after fees and cost of goods. All right. The next one is actually this Disney maxi skirt. It is so like Y2K. Now I actually picked this up almost 2 years ago. Maybe, let me not stretch it. Maybe like a good year and like 5 months ago. And when I found it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna do well. Next thing I know, it started sitting and sitting and sitting. But I'll be honest with you, I truly think it's because I overpriced it. I think I had this thing sitting at like $45, which was crazy. But I think at the time, y'all know Disney was selling really well. So I think I just kind of was assuming that it was going to perform. But I definitely brought the price down. And it sold for 20 bucks. And I paid 97 cents for it. And I made a profit of $19.03. The math ain't mathin'. Y'all, I've been up since 3 a.m. getting my inventory together. Okay, so this actually sold for $25 and I paid 97 cents, so I made a profit of $19.03 after fees and cost of goods. All right, the next one is this Aerie sweater. This is I believe it's like a subline of American Eagle. I've had this one actually not that long, probably since either September or October. And honestly, I would recommend picking up Aerie if it's like in a large and over. The style is more current, and y'all can actually tell if the style is current if you just go to their care tag and flip it all the way to the back. They have like quarter, one, and then they'll have the year. So anything from 2022 and on in excellent condition and a good size, I'll pick it up. This one, I got a lot of like low balls on it. It got a lot of attention, but just a lot of low balls as well. So I ended up, of course, not accepting them because I knew at the very least I was going to get like $20. So this one actually sold for my full asking price of $28. And I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $21. What type of math am I mathing right now? Is that really the amount that I got? Did I rush on this? Like, what's going on? This is crazy. Okay, what was this, Aerie? Okay, sold for 28. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe I was overthinking it. But yeah, so my cost of goods was $1.40. I did make $21 on that one in net profit. So we love that. All right, this was a style-based pickup, but I do remember when I picked it up, the tag looked like it was worth looking into. But this was just a cute little cardigan. It's called Kamana. But this was an extra large. And like I said, it was just looking like, you know, I should look into it. And this one didn't take that long to sell. I think I sourced this probably like in either October or November. Y'all, I come across so many items. So I probably could have got this in December. It just feels like I got it, you know, October, November. But yeah, cute little piece. I'm sure I used the right keywords to try to help this one sell, because I feel like I could have pulled anybody, really. But this one sold for $28. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $21.39 after fees and cost of goods. I definitely pick it up again. I think I listed this just at the right time. And yeah, got that one out the door. All right, so these are some Old Navy pants. These are new with tags, and I feel like I've just sold another pair of you know, Old Navy trouser wide leg pants. I'm starting to think that, you know, if I find these particular style new with tags, because I think the other ones were also new with tags, it's just certain pieces from Old Navy just doesn't warrant the type of attention. And I do find a lot of Old Navy with tags, so I always, like, you know, pick it up when I see it, just because I know that at the very least I'll get $20 with it being new with tags. But this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $14.99 after fees and cost of goods. J. Jill sweater. Okay, this is a J. Jill sweater. Y'all actually saw this in a haul video. It must have been somebody that watched the video, because the day that I put out the haul, it actually sold. So if you are a viewer, thank you. But this one sold for $25, which I want to say was my full asking price. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But I'm starting to notice, because y'all know I've been picking up a lot of J. Jill, extra large is really like doing its big one. I know a lot of people say like the plus size, but I feel like the extra large is the one that's really like getting out the door a lot quicker. Okay, these are some women Theory pants. These actually sold for $30. I'll be honest with you, I was pretty surprised. Because I know that everybody be saying like, oh, Theory isn't a good brand, yada, 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 yada. But I feel like, you know, when you pick up stuff, you definitely want to look into it. And I feel like I've been having a lot of luck selling like wool, boot cut, trouser pants. So those are the ones that I kind of stick to for the most part. And I feel like Theory is definitely a better brand. I wouldn't really place it right beside Vince. I feel like Theory is definitely like a couple of steps ahead before Vince. So they shouldn't be talked about in the same sentence. But anyways, these sold for $30. I did pay $1.48 for it, and I made a profit of $22.52 after fees and cost of goods. Those sold to somebody in Florida. See, I'm discombobulated because I was supposed to be telling y'all where it's going. Anyways, the next one is actually this slip from Notori. I picked this up and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna try it on. If I like it, I'm gonna keep it. It just didn't look right on me, so I ended up listing it. This one sold for $26. I did pay $1 for it, and I made a profit of $18.80 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to Virginia. Okay. This one is a Natural Life women's dress. I am starting to love picking up this brand because she gets a lot of attention and she moves pretty quickly. It's just a really pretty gauzy long sleeve dress. And yeah, I wanted, when I was making that, wait, is that video gonna be out? Yeah, I was making a bread and butter video, and I probably should have did a segment on brands that potentially are going to become my bread and butter, because this one, I've been finding it a little bit more, and I've been picking it up a little bit more, so I'm pretty happy with that sale. But this one sold for $25. I did pay $1.23 for it, and made a profit of $19.80 after fees and cost of goods, and that one was going to Arizona. Yeah, where is this top? Oh, here it is. This little Tahari linen top, I've had this since like the summer of 2023, so I've had this one for quite a while. You know, what is this? This is a 2X, so I don't know. 2X linen, gotta consider the desirability of the brand and the style, and clearly this one was not it. They sent me a $15 offer, which was, you know, below what I typically want to sell items for. However, since I knew I had this one for over a year, it was time to let it go. But this one's going to New York, and I did pay $1 for this, so I made a profit of $11 after fees and cost of goods. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all saw this in a haul too. This is that Lululemon bleach stained sweater. So I had a guy bundle the item and then ask me, where is the stain? And I kind of got annoyed because I'm just like, if you just continue to scroll, you're gonna see them. But I answered his questions. So then he was like, oh, bummer, this is such a great color. I didn't respond because I'm like, okay, what the hell do you want me to say to that? So I'm like, okay. So then he sends me a offer for $15, and then he cancels it. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I guess another liker must have liked it. I don't know. Maybe he was watching it. I don't know what his end game was. But then he came back like a day or two later and sent me an offer for $18. And then he immediately canceled it. And then I'm just like, okay, buddy. So I blocked him because I'm just kind of like, we got to do better than this. Because, you know, if you don't want it, stop playing. Like, leave it alone. But anyways, so this one is going to Massachusetts. This was sold for $20. This person sent me a $20 offer, and I accepted it because I thought $20 was great. Hell, I would have accepted the $18 guy because I went on and brought the price down just because I knew that I was reaching a little high. But I knew I wanted $20 for it, and I didn't want people to start sending me like $8, $10 offers. So anyway, sold for $20. I did pay $1.10 for it, and I made a profit of $14.90 after fees and cost of goods. Okay. This one I don't have, and I think I delisted it from my inventory because it's missing in action. So yeah, we'll have to look into that. I'm going to look for that item again. If I can't find it, that's it. All right, so this is the J. Jill top. This one also sold after that video went live. And again, J. Jill is my girl. So I pick it up when I see it, especially if it's in good condition, good fabric content, good style. You know, I think size medium is the one that I definitely need to steer clear of, because I noticed that size medium, J. Jill just does not move as quickly. And I feel like at my Ben's location, I find a lot of JGL size medium. So whoever's getting rid of it, you know, nobody else around the world wants it. This one is going to Alabama, and this one sold for $23. I did pay $1.10 for it, and I made a profit of $17.30 after fees and cost of goods. All right, these are 2 items. It's a bundle, and they're 2 Nike sweaters. I remember picking this one up for myself, and at the time I clearly was like weight blind, so I didn't notice how fat I actually was. So I thought that I was going to be able to fit that, but I didn't like the fit. This one I had thought about keeping, but I'm like, no, it's in like excellent condition. Why would I want to keep this? And I don't even really like tie-dye, so I went on a list of this one. And what's so funny is that I gave my sister this one literally like 2 days ago, and she was supposed to delist it, and she didn't get around to doing it, so it sold. And I let her know like, hey, it sold, so I'm gonna need it back. I don't want to say Indian giver because I don't think that that's true anymore, so I'm not gonna use that little phrase, but she was okay with giving it back, so made it much easier. But yeah, this one, they sent me an offer, and I immediately accepted it just because, you know, Nike is just not the it girl brand. There are some pieces from Nike that can do exceptionally well, but not all Nike. And, you know, it's super oversaturated as well. So the only reason why I picked up that purple one, the tie-dye one, was because it was a 1X. So I don't really see that size, you know, that much. So I grabbed it. But this one sold for $40, and I did pay $1.40 for the tie-dye one. I didn't use the other one as a cost of goods because I initially bought it for myself. But I did make a profit of $30.60. This one is also going to Virginia. All right, so the last thing from Posh is a bundle again. One of them is a Forever 21 pair of linen pants that I've had for almost 2 years now. The other one is a pair of Dolce & Gabbana trousers. You know, I didn't look them over before I left, or maybe I did look them over, and as soon as I hit that ring light, I saw multiple flaws. So when I see flaws, depending on what the item is, I will make sure that I price accordingly. So I priced these accordingly, and recognize too that this is like an older style of Dolce & Gabbana. So I went on and, you know, accepted her offer because I'd love to get both of these out the door. And I did. They definitely lowballed me, but it is what it is. This one sold for $30. She basically got one of them for free, the way that I have these priced. But anyways, I did pay $2.30, so I made a profit of $21.70 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to Philadelphia. What's PA? Philadelphia. Pittsburgh? Philadelphia. I don't even know. What's the actual state? I don't know. Anyway, so the next one is actually from eBay. This is a Escada top, and I actually recently sourced this. I want to say I got this probably like the end of November, and this one flipped pretty quick. For some reason, when items don't get like immediate attention, I assume like, oh man, I'm gonna be waiting forever. But this one got out the door, and it sold for my full asking price. I did have to relist it, looks like 3 times. This one is going to California, and this one sold for $39.97. This is one of the items that I was not able to put the net profit on, so forgive me. I think the next couple of them are going to be that way. But this is a Rhone men's t-shirt. I was so happy when I found this because at the time, Rhone was still like a decent brand, but then this one just sat and sat and sat. So, and I know that I didn't price it that high. I think I priced it in my typical window of 25 to 28. This was a larger size, so I'm just like, oh, this was gonna do well. It didn't. But it sold for oh yeah, this is eBay. It sold for $19.97, and it's going to Indiana. Ooh, this one was a very, very, very fun find. Okay, so I have been sourcing, of course, a lot, and sourcing has definitely gotten a lot better. I have been picking up a lot of pieces that I enjoy picking up, and I've been wanting to give y'all hauls of literally everything because I'm like, oh, this is so good, they need to know about this, da 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 da. And then you know, I'm just like, I'm so backdated with hauls that I'm just like, okay, well, we won't be able to do this one, and that's okay. But anyways, this was a day where I think I picked up quite a few like bolos. But this one is from a brand called Johnston of Elgin, and it's 100% cashmere. It is a just a scarf. And what's so funny to me, because I kind of giggled about it, I'm like, look at me selling a cashmere, a used cashmere scarf, more than I can sell a damn cashmere sweater. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But this one sold for my full asking price of $45 for a used cashmere sweater. I will make sure I pop up the brand on the screen. Definitely a bolo. The sell-through rate was decent. When I looked at the tacked on tag at the Vans, I'm like, this has to be worth something. So when I brought it home and I looked into the brand, I actually went on their website to take a look around because I really wanted to find like the style name of it. Couldn't find anything similar, so I just kind of piggybacked off of what I was seeing. And the scarves alone range from $200 to $400 for a scarf. Crazy. But this one is going to Virginia. A lot of people buy it from Virginia. That's a lot. Okay, this one is a pair of Vince pull-on pants. They're like some leggings. This is definitely like well, actually no, it's not technically a flop because it sold for the price point, and I'm gonna net the amount that I want. So it's not really a flop, but I guess it's a flop to people that hate Vince. But this one, I don't have the price point that it sold, so I'll pop it on the screen. But it had to sell for like $18 to $20. And yeah, I'd probably pick it up again, but I'd be very careful with the sizing. Don't want to pick up a small size. This one is going to Massachusetts. Okay, this one is a Brandy Melville John Galt sweatshirt. This one is Los Angeles, California. And what's going on over there, the fires and stuff, well, it's past that point, but it's very, very, very sad what's going on, which is crazy how everything is happening. So I definitely prayed for them while it was happening, child. But I'm sure this is probably why somebody grabbed this for support or just to kind of rep their area. But this one sold for $16.98. I didn't price this high. When I just recently picked this up. This used to be like a bread and butter brand for me, but I completely stopped because I was only selling it for like $10 to $15, and that just doesn't fit my business model. This one only sold for $16.98 because I priced it low. I knew that it was sellable just because of the crew neck, you know, spell out style, but I just didn't want to sit on it, so I ended up pricing it at $19.99, and it sold on an offer. But yeah, sold for $16.98. I did pay $1.30 for it, and I made a profit of $12.31 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to Wisconsin, so that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. These are some Caten shorts. I actually just hauled these as well, and I remember saying like, I don't know how long these are gonna sit because the other piece that I had was sitting. But that's why it's so important to not only keyword your items, but also know what you have. So these are a linen and cotton blend. They're a neutral colorway. The other ones that I have are tie-dye, and they're purple. So you just kind of gotta go from there and know that those factors aren't as good as these factors. So these ended up selling for a offer to likers, which was $20.39. I did pay 94 cents for these, and I made a profit of $15.46 after fees and cost of goods. And these are going to Florida. Go figure. All right, this one was definitely a bolo. I looked at this, you know, suit, sports coat. Maybe this is definitely a suit coat. And I'm like, this looks like a person that lives in Texas. So I looked into the brand, and the brand is actually called Sheplers. And I saw one that sold just like this for like 50 bucks. And I'm like, oh, that's all that I need. So I went on and got it. And mine sold for a offer to likers. And it sold for $42.48. I was actually really happy that it did sell in this little time frame, because I would have hated to have to hold on to this. And I think I put enough, what do you call it? What am I trying to say? Not keywords, but measurements, so it won't get returned. That's probably another thing I just hate about eBay. I bet y'all that love eBay, y'all probably like, well, get off the damn app if you hate it so much. But anyway, so this one I did pay $1.14 for it, and it made a profit of $34.55 after fees and cost of goods. This one also is going to Virginia. They are shopping. Okay, let's pull these up here, child. Okay, so these are actually some American Eagle jeans. I definitely swore off picking up their actual jeans. I pick up their cargo pants and stuff like that, but I looked into the style. This is the curvy, super high-rise, baggy, straight. It's a lot going on. So I went on and grabbed these, and what sucks is that she messaged me because she was asking, could I like essentially refund her the shipping because she bought 2 items. Why did she buy a pair of pants that I literally just sold that I didn't delist? So I was so annoyed. So I ended up just refunding her and let her know, like, hey, I've already sold these, so I'm sorry. And she's like, oh, it's okay. So we love that. I did sell these for $28.89. Looks like an offer that I sent them. And I did pay $1.14 for it, and I made a profit of $22.67 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to South Dakota. All right, this was a new to me brand called Five Society, and they're just like some very thin biker shorts. And the point of the brand is that women can wear, like, I guess, pants or shorts without their thighs rubbing. So these are supposed to help with thigh rub. What I was trying to say is that these sold for $16.98. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $12.61 after fees and cost of goods. And of course, this absolutely does not meet my quota of, you know, the $15 net profit, but I'm like $2.50 off. As long as I don't have a lot of those, I'm okay. But this one's going to Florida. All right, cashmere sweater. Okay, so this is a funny story. So this is a cashmere poncho. I literally just sourced this month, so I didn't even have this one listed for a full week, and it sold. So this particular person, well, not this one, hopefully not the same one. I get a message from a potential buyer, and she's like, I don't see any sleeves on this. Does this have sleeves? And I went and looked at my photos. Anytime somebody asks me a question that I feel like could be found in the photos, I'll go look. And you can kind of see that there's no sleeves in the photo. But I answered her question. And I'm like, no, there's no sleeves. I said it's like it's just a poncho. I put poncho in the title. So, you know, but I said, oh, it's just a poncho. So I think it goes up under it. So it's just like a sweater. And she goes on to say, is this 100? Let me actually look at it because I don't want to mess this up. Because I'm just like, girl. The second question was, there are no visible little mini holes, correct? Just double checking. I said, no flaws to the garment. I've already checked it. There's no flaws. I've already put that in the description. Still answered her question. Then the next question was, this one looks like it might be a blend. I know you mentioned it was 100% cashmere. That's what I'm looking for. But I noticed the tag only said cashmere. I went on and blocked her because it's nothing else that I can do for you at this point. If you can't see with your eyes, then it's nothing I can do. Now, the company, whoever made this, they just put cashmere on it, okay? They didn't say cashmere blend. They didn't say cashmere viscose. They didn't say cashmere wool. They just said cashmere. So I am led to believe that it is 100% cashmere, okay? And I'm just like, girl, it's too many questions. And I'm only selling this for $28. If this was like a $100 sale, then yeah, maybe we can go back and forth. But like, be so fucking for real. Go somewhere else with all of that. So I went on and, you know, blocked her because I'm just like, I could already tell this is about to be a problem. So I don't even want you purchasing from me. So this one sold for $24.64. I did pay 78 cents for it, and it made a profit of $19.57 after fees and cost of goods. And this one is going to Minnesota. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking like, girl, if you keep blocking people, you won't make sales. And you're probably right. But I think when you've been doing this as long as I have, you know that some people are going to be unhappy no matter what. And I'm not saying that everybody that asks a million questions are going to be a problem. I'm not saying that. But you can kind of tell the people that are like kind of backing you into a corner, where they're just like, okay, we want to make sure that I have all of my ducks together, so then when I put in for a return because it actually doesn't fit, I can say, well, you missed something here. And it just, no thank you. So I automatically like to weed those people out. This one is a 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 dress. This brand has quickly become one of my favorite brands to resell. I've been coming across a lot of plus size dresses, and I noticed that those are the ones that perform the best. The sell-through rate is definitely 100% for me. And I mean, we're talking within like less than 3 weeks. So I don't have these dresses sit for a very long time. And I price them accordingly. I always price them in the $30 range. This one sold for my full asking price of $32.99, and I did pay $1.23 for this, and I made a profit of $26.23 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to New York. Oh, here it is. I'm tripping. Okay, so this is a style-based pickup. I was actually really happy when I found this because I'm just like, oh, this is giving the girls what they want. And then I soon realized I may have priced it too damn high because I was just so excited. The detail to it, the fact that it was 100% silk, the fact that it was an extra large, I'm just like, okay, it's too many factors. And then I noticed that it didn't get the attention on Depop. And Depop is typically the place where I sell like those style-based pieces. So I was just like, oh no. But somebody came in and bought it for my full asking price on eBay. I think I did lower the price when I sold similar on it. So I dropped it to $32.97 and it sold for my full asking price. And I did pay $1.72 for it and made a profit of $25.98 after fees and cost of goods. This is definitely a style-based pickup. I've been noticing that I've been picking up Karen Kane, but it's not intentional. It's really just the styles that I've been grabbing. So yeah, this one is going to Washington. Okay, these are some 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 women linen pants. These are so nice. If they were a larger size, I definitely would have priced these much higher. But I wanted to be realistic. Size small in my closet, anything just takes too damn long to sell. So I have to price it accordingly to make sure that I can, you know, get the sale. And this one is also going to Massachusetts, but this one sold for $21.22. I paid $1.44 for it and I made a profit of $15.73 after fees and cost of goods. Okay, this is a J. Jill dress. This one is a size medium, so this is a style-based pickup. And I do know for a fact I cheap sold this, so don't be upset. Like I told y'all before, I noticed that size medium just does not do well. In my closet, the sell-through rate is not that great. So in order to make sure I am getting these items in and out, I have to price it accordingly. This was a love linen dress. It was a floral design. It had pockets. It had all the works, but it just was a size medium. So I priced it at $25. So it sold for $20.38. I did pay $1 for it and I made a profit of $15.63 after fees and cost of goods. This one is also going to New York. I'm noticing a theme of Florida, New York, and Virginia. Okay, I have an item that I didn't find. This one is actually also going to Florida, but this one is a swing control pair of pants. They're just like some golf pants. I remember when I checked the sell-through rate, it wasn't doing that well, but I figured I'd price mine a little bit lower. And I do think I had a larger size, so I think that also gave me the extra push. And then I also noticed that my style versus the other styles that were listed, they weren't similar. But yeah, this one ended up selling for $21.22. I did pay $1.23 for it and I made a profit of $15.90 after fees and cost of goods. This is actually the time to go ahead and start looking at golfing items for men and women. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All right, so moving on to Mercari. I have this Bryn Walker pair of pants. I'm trying to figure out, did I get swindled with this one, because I think I have these priced at $68. They messaged me and they was like, hey, I've tried to send you an offer for $55 twice and it wouldn't go through. And $55 was like was good enough for me. So I'm just like, oh, I'll just send the offer to you. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, y'all know Mercari doesn't let you go above either 20 or 25% on your offer. So this might be a little bit lower, but 55 was not bad. The only thing too with this one is these were new tags. So I think that's why it held a little bit more weight. But new tags, and it was a plus size, and it was a beautiful color. So y'all already know I was excited to find it. But these sold for 55. These are actually going to Colorado. Oh, okay. All right, this one was a style-based pickup. And I'm actually happy that it sold as quickly as it did and for the price point that I prefer. And it's actually a brand called Stem and Vine. I don't think the brand is worth looking into. Like I said, it was a style-based pickup, and I knew that I was going to use certain keywords to pull in the right buyer. But this one sold for $20, and I did pay $1.17 for it, and I made a profit of $16.20 after fees and cost of goods. This one is going to Michigan. All right, and then the last thing on Mercari is this men's t-shirt. I was actually about to pull this to sell to a buy-sell trade store. It's just a Nike trail shirt. I have this priced at $25 because you already know I try to make my $20 on an item. They came in and they said, hey, could you do 15? And I was like, of course. This thing was getting no attention nowhere, and I'm just like, I'd rather make a little bit of something than nothing. So I sent them the $15 offer. They accepted it, and this one is also going to New York, but I did pay $1.21 for it, and I made a profit of $11.80 after fees and cost of goods. These are all style-based pickups, which we adore. The first one, y'all saw this. Actually, the crazy thing, y'all, all three of these items was in the exact same haul. So I sourced it, I showed y'all the haul, and then I listed it, and then they all sold literally the whole weekend, just like right after each other. All right, so the first one is actually this Jade Orchard. This one, I didn't really too much care for the brand. I did look into the brand just to see, was it worth, you know, mentioning. It wasn't. This was definitely a style-based pickup. It was sheer, it was silk, it had like tassels to the hem, to the sleeve, like it had everything going for it. I have this one priced up. Y'all know typically I try to stick to like $20 to $30 with my style-based pieces, but this one just had too much going for it. And I knew all the right keywords for it, so I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna bump it up. So I priced it at 58 because I wanted my lowest to be 45. They sent me a message that, hey, could you do 40? I said I could do 45. She said, great, I'll get it. And it sold. And this is actually going to somebody in Texas, so that's kind of cool. But this one I did pay 94 cents for it, and it made a profit of $41.71 after fees and cost of goods. All right, the next one is a Cacique cami top. I just started tapping into getting these. This is probably the first plus size one that is sold, and I do think because it had the right factors, I may need to go in and you know, edit my keywords or whatever, but this one was just too cute. I had it priced at 28. I feel like I could have priced it higher, but I just didn't want to sit on it because the other plus size ones I was sitting on. But I ended up making sure I plugged all the right keywords. They sent me a $20 offer. I countered at 23 because I'll be honest, I really wanted 25, but I don't know, I thought 23, we both, you know, meet in the middle. So she accepted it, and this one's going to Cincinnati, and yeah, this was sold for 23. I paid 94, and I made a profit of $20.60 after fees and cost of goods. All right, the last one actually shocked me, I'll be completely honest. This one sold on the exact same day I listed it. I want to say within like 20-30 minutes, because it was so awkward, because not awkward, but it was just odd. I didn't even notice that I had a notification that it sold. So it was no notification on my phone that it sold. And when I went on my desktop, and I'm like, why is this highlighted? And I'm like, oh shit, this sold. So it sold for my full asking price. So this one actually sold to somebody in Florida. But this one sold for $38. I did pay 94 cents for it, and it made a profit of $34.97 after fees and cost of goods. I would 1000% pick this up again. I think I was expecting this to only sell for like $20, I'll be honest, but yeah, I don't know. That's why comps don't always tell the full story, you know. You have to really just know. But yeah, I'm actually happy with that. That is all that I have. Very disappointed in myself for not finding these 3 items, but I will go back tomorrow. But thank y'all so much, and go ahead and let me know in the comments what was your favorite sale of the week. You already know I'm nosy, but I'll see y'all next time.